Speaking Task 1. You will be asked a question about a familiar topic. You will then have 15 seconds to prepare your response, and 45 seconds to speak.
Students should have tuition increases in order to maintain the library research facilities. Do you agree or disagree with the statement? Make sure that you give specific reasons plus supporting details in your argument.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
I disagree with the idea that students should face increases in tuition to maintain library research facilities. First, students are already burdened with high tuition fees, student loans, and other expenses like housing and textbooks. Further increasing tuition might discourage financially challenged students from pursuing higher education. Moreover, a university's role is to provide the facilities necessary for education, and the cost should be included in the initial budgeting process, not passed on to students. Universities, being non-profit entities, should find other sources of generating income, like alumni donations, research grants, or rental of university assets for events. By doing so, universities can maintain and even enhance their facilities without burdening students.
Speaking Task 2. You will read a short paragraph and then listen to a conversation between two people. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the conversation between two people.
Now listen to two students discussing the article in the newspaper.
I don't like the university's plan.
Really? Why not?
Well, even though we won't have to leave the library, that's just the problem. Nobody's going to feel like walking all the way over to the cafeteria, especially when the weather's bad. They'll just run down to the basement to eat.
I don't understand. Isn't that a good thing?
No, because in the library, they're just going to serve a bunch of unhealthy snacks, sandwiches and sweets and soda, so students will just eat junk. At least the cafeteria has some healthy food.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I probably wouldn't walk over to the cafeteria either.
And I think they're wrong about another thing. If I'm in the library and I know my friends are down in the basement chatting, I'm going to be tempted to go down there and hang out with them. You know what I mean? I'm sure I'm not the only one who'd be tempted to go down there and chat. How's anybody going to concentrate on doing actual work?
Yeah, good point. This whole thing might backfire. The woman expresses her opinion of the university's plan. Describe her opinion and her reasons for holding that opinion.
The woman expresses her opinion of the university's plan. Describe her opinion and her reasons for holding that opinion.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
The woman disagrees with the university's plan to build a cafe in the library basement. First, she believes that students will end up eating more unhealthy food. Since it's more convenient, they'll go to the cafe instead of the main cafeteria, which at least offers healthier options. Second, she argues that the cafe could actually make it harder to concentrate. If students know their friends are downstairs chatting, they might be tempted to join them, which would lead to more distractions and less productive study time. For these reasons, she thinks the plan might do more harm than good.
Speaking Task 3. You will read a short paragraph about an academic topic, then listen to a lecture about it. You will have 50 seconds to read the paragraph. After, you will get a question about what you read and heard. You will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. You have 50 seconds to read. Start reading after the beep. Now listen to the lecture.
Today, we will be looking at two theories of cognitive development. The first one states that the children go through 4 stages. First is the sensory motor stage. This stage starts at birth and lasts until 2 years of age. Here, the infants learn through the physical senses. The second stage is the preoperational stage, and it is between 2 to 7 years of age. Here, the children start to connect symbols with words. The third stage, which is between 7 to 11 years old, it is when the children start to understand rules. And the fourth stage, which is after 11 years and onwards, is where a preteen can think abstractly and logically. Another theory of cognitive development states that cognitive development is shaped through our interactions with the people around us. Simply put, we learn from people that know more than we do. When we interact with the people around us, predominantly our family and our friends, we learn the rules of our society and of our world. Both theories have their own merits. We would require further observations in order to be able to clearly state which one is correct.
Describe the two theories of cognitive development that the professor talks about. Use points and examples from the lecture.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
So, the professor talks about two theories, and one of them, I would say, is quite simple. One theory of cognitive development says that our cognitive development is influenced by the interactions that we have with different people, the people that are around us, the people that are in our environment. When we interact with these people, we learn the rules of our society. The other theory is a little bit complex. because it states that cognitive development is divided into 4 stages. The first 3 stages are between birth and 11 years, and the 4th stage starts after 11 years. The first stage is the sensory motor stage. Then it's the pre-operational stage. Here the kids use symbols and words.
You will listen to a lecture about an academic topic. After, you will get a question about what you heard. You will have 20 seconds to prepare your response and then 60 seconds to give it. Now listen to the lecture.
Cities aren't just bricks, mortar, and roads. They are living organisms influencing our mental health, behaviors, and overall happiness. The design of our urban environment affects us daily. The allocation of green spaces, the ease of transportation, the accessibility of amenities, and even the very layout of our streets can have profound impacts on our mental well-being. For instance, research has shown that areas with more green spaces are linked with lower levels of stress, better cognitive function, and reduced mental health decline. Trees, parks, and natural elements in a city setting provide opportunities for relaxation, recreation, and social interaction, all essential for mental wellness. Conversely, poor urban planning can exacerbate mental health issues. Noisy, overcrowded, or polluted areas can heighten anxiety and stress. Places lacking community spaces or pedestrian-friendly paths can lead to feelings of isolation or depression due to reduced social interaction and physical activity. A renowned urban planner, Gell, transformed Copenhagen from a car-dominated city to one that prioritizes pedestrians and cyclists. Streets were redesigned to encourage walking, community interactions, and a slower pace of life. These changes not only improve the physical health of residents, but also their psychological well-being. As people began to walk more, interact freely, and appreciate their surroundings, a sense of community and satisfaction emerged. Once a derelict railway line, the High Line was transformed into an elevated, linear park. This green oasis, amidst the concrete jungle, serves as a sanctuary for New Yorkers, providing a much-needed escape from the hustle and bustle. The psychological benefits? Increased opportunities for relaxation, meditation, and social connections, reducing feelings of stress and disconnect in such a densely populated city.
How does urban planning and design influence the psychological well-being of its inhabitants? Use points and examples from the lecture.
Prepare your response after the beep. Start speaking after the beep.
Urban planning and design play a crucial role in shaping the psychological well-being of inhabitants by influencing their daily experiences and interactions within the urban environment. Green spaces such as parks and natural elements have been linked to reduced stress levels, improved cognitive function, and decreased mental health decline, fostering relaxation and, of course, social interaction. On the other hand, poorly planned areas can increase anxiety and stress, leading to feelings of isolation. Examples include transformation of Copenhagen through young girls' pedestrian-friendly designs, enhancing community interaction and satisfaction.